Anna the Survivor.
Yo.
Irrelevant LaMarcus Quitter. Davy the Woman.
Wow!
Pookie the Offended. And that was the team I was given, excluding LaMarcus, who disconnected. The rest of my team was fully made of emotions and irrationality. A pond had formed right next to our camp, and it would prove to be completely useless. As usual, I worked fast on the campfire. Throughout the many times I've played this game, I've complained about many things, but I somehow overlooked one of the things that irritates me the most. When I'm trying to open a chest, and my teammates keep jumping on me or running into me, preventing me from opening it, it is simply infuriating. Funnily enough, Anna the Survivor was the first one to die. And Woman Davy, who had gone to her rescue, was also destroyed. This was the first time I had seen so many enemies gathered in one place on the first day. So I guess you can justify their deaths. "I love wildfire, it's so useful," said the robot. It took a while, but I managed to get rid of the mob and revived them. After months of playing this game, I still innocently expect players to thank me. I had built a little fishing cabin next to the pond, and was happily fishing when Pookie the Offended decided to ruin my night. It wasn't long before Anna the Survivor also succumbed. I had no choice. I needed to save my emotional teammates. On day 3, they were all dead, but that is simply normal. At least they had been carrying bandages, which, in my wild imagination, they had done to help me. Every single time, empathy calls me, and I'm forced to save players when I don't really want to. It seems to be a curse. Pookie the Offended had fallen nearby, and after reviving all of them, I could finally return to a peaceful day of fishing. For reasons I couldn't understand, they had spent the entire night inside the pit, and knowing they were safe, I left. I couldn't even catch my first fish when both Anna the Survivor and Pookie the Offended had already died again. This time not by scorpions, but at the hands of cultists. I revived Anna the Survivor, and Pookie the Offended was revived by the Woman. Not wanting to keep going back and forth, I decided to stay for a little while to make sure my emotional teammates wouldn't die again. This time, I was able to fish for a little while, but night fell, and the cultists began attacking us. Fortunately, nobody died. But after so many games, I've developed a sixth sense, and I can now predict when someone is about to die. It was Pookie the Offended, and the first thing she did as soon as I revived her was eat, completely ignoring my presence. Simply unacceptable. Back at camp, Pookie the Offended died of unknown causes, to the non-surprise of her teammates. After being politely asked not to continue her usual irritating behavior, Pookie the Offended got offended and disconnected.
Wow!
So I began expanding the fishing cabin and improving it, to the amazement of my emotional creatures I call teammates. Yes, Davy the Woman was dead again, but Anna the Survivor was there to patch her up, fortunately. Unfortunately, my sixth sense activated once more, and I had to go rescue them. One of them had fallen into the trap, and I had no bandages left to revive her. As I was opening chests trying to find a bandage, Davy the irritating woman kept luring the wolves to me, attempting to save her own skin and preventing me from opening the chest. But a dog named Justice brutally mauled her in front of me, despite my efforts to protect her. The situation was critical. My emotional teammates were dead, and I was being hunted by wolves and the ram. Knowing my teammates would disconnect if I left the area, I stayed and survived. I could now open chests without a sumbag bothering me, and so I began opening every chest I could find until I finally got my hands on those precious bandages. My stupid empathy and I jumped into the trap and revived my teammates once again. Morning came and I was back to working on the fishing cabin. It may not have been the prettiest thing, but being able to fish while protected from enemies was very pleasant. I finally had some peaceful, quiet time to myself, though that night the cultists returned. The following morning, I continued expanding the area and working on the fishing cabin. Anna the survivor understood the assignment and contributed by placing down some barbed wire. That night, Davy disconnected without a word. "You're welcome, woman." After 2 days of not seeing Anna the survivor, I found her idling on a tower where she had been secretly storing food for herself. With my fishing cabin nearly finished, I had to go out to upgrade my fishing rod. I added the crock pot, and now we could have unlimited food forever. Anna the survivor took out her fishing rod, and on her first attempt at casting, she almost hooked her own eyeball. Who could have guessed it? The campfire had been neglected and would soon die out, so I made preparations. But those modifications wouldn't stop me from enjoying my fishing time. Anna the survivor decided to go for a swim and was nearly mauled by a wolf. But morning arrived to save her. When night fell, and with Anna the survivor blocking the entrance to the tent, I nearly succumbed to the deer. I always save the children, but this time I didn't, and the results were evident, as we had only reached day 27 after over an hour of playing. Later that day, as I returned to camp, I discovered a mammoth had invaded. A cultist was hiding under the tent. My useless teammate stood frozen, and I nearly died. Eventually, Anna the survivor noticed the massive mammoth on top of the tent and began attacking it. But between the mammoth and the deer, she nearly lost her life. As soon as morning arrived, I took my chances and jumped out of the tent to deal with the situation. And my trusty fishing cabin setup took care of the annoying cultist. Anna the survivor, either oblivious to the mammoth or recklessly brave, stepped out of the tent to meet her end. Anna the non-survivor was dead for good, and a hunger for revenge grew inside me, driving me to slay the mammoth. Unfortunately, the only weapon I had was an axe. The mammoth made the first move, and a quick but brutal fight began. The mammoth, unsurprisingly, managed to defeat me, bringing this journey and the fishing cabin to a useless end.